good morning, everyone. Just wait for everyone to log in. Unless you're already logged in and you're just not interested. And I've only got 8 followers. Here we go. 442, 622, 800, 1000, 1200. Go on, up we go. 1500. How we doing, everyone? Been a while since I've done a live. Thought we'd talk boxing this morning. Rocky Ogden. G'day, mate. Eddie, you're wounded about AJ, ain't you? What do you mean? Wounded. What are we thinking about the big fight Saturday? Dillian Whyte. Brawl boxing, what's happening? Brawl boxing, I promise you, we'll do something this week. Don't forget, fight week, Chocolatito, the Estrada 3 in Phoenix, huge card. And then Warrington against Lopez next week. Okay, let me answer your questions. Katie Taylor at Croke Park. Basically, we're all over it. It's the only thing we want to do. We're negotiating at the moment with Most Valuable Promotions. We're closing in on a deal. Serrano could fight for Undisputed as well against Erica Cruz in early February. And when we want to make it happen, Croke Park, we're doing everything we can. And I think we'll make it happen. Do I think Joshua will ever be champion again? I do. I think AJ is a great fighter. When you look at the elite fighters in the heavyweight division, who are you putting in that mix? Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, possibly, Alexander Usyk, and Anthony Joshua. You've got Dillian Whyte there knocking on the door, but those elite guys, there's very few of them. Big John, Bosh. I didn't think Dillian Whyte lost the fight. I thought it was a very close fight, to be honest with you. Alex Krasik, how are you, mate? Alex Krasik, how are your ice baths? Ice baths, unreal. I don't want to sound like Wim Hof, but get on the ice bath buzz. Unbelievable. Franklin deserves a rematch. I thought it was a very close fight. I thought Dillian won 10, 11, 12 to edge the fight out, but I can see if people would have thought it would have gone the other way. Coogan or Parsons? You know, I'm old school with Coogan, but Parsons is coming strong. I rate him. What about Fabio Wardley? Great performance. Great performance. Dave Allen v Fabio Wardley, a few of them coming in. Canelo against Messi. How's Conor Benn going? Conor Benn is good. Well, I say he's good. He's better. The hearing is underway. You're going to get more news on that soon. Savage. So Alen Babic has been ordered to fight Medri for the interim world title at Bridgerweight. That's probably going to happen early next year, but we'd like to try and get him out this year if we can. Who's going to win, Josh Kelly or Williamson? Good fight. I'm edging towards Troy Williamson, I think. Tank v Ryan prediction. I'll go for... Do you know what? I rate Ryan Garcia more than I used to. I think he's a very good fighter, but I do think Tank is a special fighter. I think he wins that. Sonny Edwards, how you doing, mate? Sonny, what do you think? Right, I think every division in boxing should have an undisputed champion. And it's not always easy in every division, but I think in the flyweight division, we can get it done because we have Jesse Rodriguez fighting for the WBO world title. Julio Cesar Martinez defends his title this week. And Sonny Edwards, who's online, and Dalakian. Let's try and get an undisputed champion. What do I think of Sky Sports' ambulance? Oh yeah, I saw that last night. I mean, look, basically, you have to have an ambulance and paramedics on site, okay? Some promoters have one ambulance, some promoters have two ambulances. Once an ambulance leaves, i.e. you have no ambulances left, you cannot continue to show under British Boxing Border Control rules. We have two ambulances, but sometimes two people go to hospital. So last night, I don't know if they had one ambulance or two ambulances, but obviously it was unfortunate, but I think they got the fight off in the end. Sonny, you should fly out to Phoenix and watch Julio Cesar Martinez this Saturday and then dive in the ring. Cause some aggravation. What do I think of Spence Crawford situation? It's been talked to death, hasn't it? I think the fight is not as big as some people think. If it was, it would get made. I think it's a tremendous fight. I think it's one of the best fights in boxing. Hopefully it gets made. Thank you, Gurneys. Who should Joe Joyce fight next? I mean, obviously I'm just talking to you guys here as a fan. Who should he fight next? Martin Bakole. It's a good fight. Right, a couple of questions coming in on John Ryder. Absolutely over the moon for John Ryder. So chuffed for him. He is mandatory challenger to Sal Canelo Alvarez, and we would love to make that fight next. So we'll speak to Eddie Reynoso, who I'll see this weekend in Phoenix, and hopefully get that made. We want to see the rebirth of AJ. You're going to see the rebirth of AJ. Trust me, there's plenty left in this young man yet. Socks on or off in bed kind of man. Off, 100%. Yeah, sorry about that Wi-Fi. Someone was calling him. KSI beat Dylan Dennis. I don't know. I actually don't mind that fight. What's my thoughts on the Romford Bull, Johnny Fisher? Legend of a man, legend of a family. Really excited for his development. As I said before, I don't that he's the biggest ticket seller in the country, but I think he's a very talented young heavyweight prospect as well. A few Conor Benn questions. As I said before, the hearing is underway. You will get some news on that when that hearing is over. We want him to resume his career as soon as possible, but obviously that can't happen until there's been an official ruling. Eddie, is football coming home? I don't know. I think someone, not random, but I think a slight outsider is going to win this World Cup. Thoughts on Adam Azim? I think he's a very good fighter. I think they need to step him up levels now. Dalton Smith staying with Matchroom? Yeah, I believe so. Got big plans for Dalton Smith. Babic, yes, we're working on your date, my friend. How about KFC v McDonald's? I'm going to say something a little bit controversial here, to be honest with you. I don't rate McDonald's. I mean, like, how can you compare a McChicken sandwich to a KFC chicken burger or a Zinger burger or a Zinger twister? I think I rate McDonald's fries, but honestly, and even the burgers, I don't know. By the way, obviously you've seen some stuff with Wingmen with KFC, but if McDonald's are out there and are interested in an endorsement deal, I do actually rate the burgers unbelievably, to be honest with you. Thomas Carty fight, yeah, I thought Thomas boxed well. We look to get him out one more time and then definitely at Croke Park. Callum Smith will be out early next year. We're working on his fight right now. He's mandatory to Artur Beterbiev. Obviously he's fighting Yard and then he'll be called. What do I think of Five Guys? Yeah, I actually rate Five Guys. Not mad on Shake Shack, in all honesty. When is Bam Rodriguez fighting? Bam Rodriguez will be fighting, looks like March next year, and that will be for the WBO flyweight world title. How are your girls doing with the boxing, Edward? Yeah, my youngest daughter goes to Brentwood Central ABC, absolutely loves it. Great little club. If there's any parents watching this, please get your kids to the local amateur boxing club. Just try it. I know some people might not agree with the thought process behind it. Try it, I promise you. Get your kids to the local amateur boxing club. There's loads of them. And I also want to say a big shout out to people who volunteer for kids sport, because my daughter was also playing football yesterday. All the coaches, they're all volunteers. And all the coaches, obviously, at the amateur boxing clubs are all volunteers. No one's getting paid. And at the end of the day, we're all busy, but to give that commitment week in, week out, I think is honourable. So thank you to everybody who does that. There you go. Roman Kemp, good morning, old boy. Do you think Wilder is wounded after the three hard beatings he had? Maybe. He's a good fighter, though. Samu Carmona, ready for your fight with Julio Cesar Martinez in Phoenix this week? Are you scared of matching Warrington with Lara? I mean, I've done it twice already, so no. Josh Warrington has no problem fighting Maurizio Lara. Josh Warrington has a really tough fight against Lopez next week. And if he comes through that, we would like to make the Leewood unification, but the Lara trilogy is a big fight. Galal Yafai be the winner of Jay Harris and Tommy Frank for the British title? 100% yes. Coogan v Parsons, Coogan or Parsons, I'm getting a lot of these questions. What do you think, guys? Coogan or Parsons? Paddy, when are we coming back to Abu Dhabi? It looks like March. We're just working on a big show there right now. Beefy or Eubank, I do edge towards Liam Smith in that fight. Big John, Wimpy are the best. I haven't had a Wimpy burger for years, but I can't, you know, for me, and I'm actually salivating saying this, the KFC Twister, Zinger, is the go-to. Thoughts on Justis Huni, Australian heavyweight? I think he's a talented heavyweight. Bit small, but very talented. Big John v my old man. I mean, that would have to be one 1 minute round, I think, with all due respect. When do I think AJ's back out? We are working on that right now. I think you are looking at end of March or first week of April. Thoughts on Liam Paro, outstanding fighter, looking to see him challenge for the world title in 2023. Great knockout recently, and he'll be back out February or March next year. Thoughts on Dennis the Menace, Dennis McCann? I think he's a very talented young fighter. I would like to see him fight Liam Davis. I think that's a good fight. Felix Cash will fight in Leeds, and then I'm looking to make Felix Cash against Amo Williams. Both guys have agreed to that fight in principle. Felix Cash fights in Leeds and Amo fights this weekend. What's your maximum bench press, Eddie? Absolutely awful. Awful. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm working on that. Stop avoiding the AJ v Wilder talk. Of course, we want that fight. Thoughts on Jake Paul v Sonny Bill Williams? Good fight. I have talked about that fight before. What went wrong with Lerrone Richards and Matchroom? Nothing. We offered Lerrone a fight on the Canelo Triple G card, which he didn't want. Thought it was a great fight for him. But he moved on. Do you use sauna? Yes, I use infrared sauna. Sam Jones. Nina Hughes, this is a good point. Nina Hughes, right, you might not know this story. Nina Hughes, who just turned pro, I think at 39, less than a year ago, got to 4-0. We got her a shot against Jamie Mitchell for the world title in Dubai on another show this weekend, and Nina Hughes from the UK just won the WBA world title at bantamweight. Obviously same weight class as Ebony Bridges, who has a big fight against Shannon O'Connell in Leeds next week, and then also Shannon Courtney, who is in Leeds as well at bantamweight. So big fights coming up for Nina Hughes. It's a great story, it really is. And Lee Eaton's on here. And Lee Eaton, congratulations to you, my friend, as well. Must have been a great feeling out there. And well done to Kevin Lilly as well. Are you doing Cardiff fights featuring Joe Cordina? Yes. I have a pad in front of me that is basically outlining the entire global schedule with Matchroom and DAZN. And Joe Cordina is on there, obviously, to challenge Rakhimov to become a 2-time world champion. And there will be news on that soon. Estrada Chocolatito weighing venue. Good question, Mark. I'll have to come back to you on that. We're going to have about 10,000 in Phoenix this weekend for Estrada Chocolatito. It's going to be an unbelievable card. Do I think Katie Taylor is at the end of her career? No, I mean, I think that it's weird, isn't it? You have a career best performance against Amanda Serrano at Madison Square Garden, and then a solid performance against a mandatory, and then your career's over. I think she's got a long way to go. Maxi Hughes, we've told Ryan Garcia, let's do it. JJ Metcalf is fighting in Leeds coming up. Are you Eddie Hills, the 4-0 Iceman, free by way of? Yes, Reese. Hrgović doing what next, Eddie? Filip Hrgović is mandatory challenger to Alexander Usyk and waiting to see what happens with that. Are you attending the Fury Chisora fight? No, I'm not. I'll be in Phoenix for Estrada Chocolatito. What date is the Leeds card? Jack, get with it, mate. The Leeds card is next Saturday. Parsons. Any chance of getting Canelo to the UK? I would love to make Canelo against John Ryder in the UK. Love to. Thoughts on Misfits boxing? When I say Misfits boxing, it's entertainment. I mean, it's not boxing, but it's entertainment. Bivol Beterbiev, great fight. You tell me, guys, who wins? Dimitri Bivol or Artur Beterbiev? For me, Dimitri Bivol, the best 175 pounder in the world. Fury Chisora, who you got? You got to say, obviously, Fury's a big favourite, but Del Boy, he's ready. He'll give it everything. Oasis or Blur? Oh, to go Oasis. How many shows will you do in January? It looks like 2 in January. Lovely comb over, thank you. Have to just cover the receiving barnet at 43, my son. That painting is, yeah, thank you. It's got a bit of reflection in it, but it's a great piece. Maxi Hughes throwing his name in the ring for the punditry in Leeds. Smith Boazzi, love the fight, love the fight. Pack, 2-pack or Biggie? Biggie. Did Sky make a mistake going at the same time as the World Cup? It's very difficult at the moment with scheduling. I watched a bit of the Sunday show. I mean, I've always felt that Sunday boxing works from a TV point of view. I don't think it does from an attendance point of view, because I just don't think people want to go to boxing at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. But I do think, in terms of viewership, I think it's a good slot. I don't think you get the same atmosphere. Would you fight Coogan for 2 mil? Probably bigger fights out there for me. Couldn't take the risk of getting chinned by Coogan, it'd be awful. Good fights for Fabio Wardley next. There's so many good fights for Fabio Wardley. I think the key now is to headline and just keep developing his career. Been a stressful year, Eddie. It has been a stressful year, actually. That's all right. Views on Matt Hancock? Not a lot. Beef Wellington or lamb shank? That is a great question. And I would have to go for beef Wellington. Ramla Ali news. Yeah, Ramla Ali is training in America right now. She'll be fighting in America very early next year. Sonny Edwards was impressed with Fabio Wardley. So was I, mate. I thought he was fantastic. Big John says Coogan offered him out on Saturday night. That's a good fight, John. Big John v Coogan Cassius. Better get on to Misfits. Eddie, you're a winner. We try, my friend, we try. What year isn't a stressful year? Danny, I like that. Do you have turkey on Christmas Day? Of course. But the winner is Boxing Day. Cold turkey, chips and peas. Bosh, Johnny. Is Leeds the last Matchroom card of the year? Yes, it is. This weekend we're in Phoenix, Chocolatito Estrada. Next weekend, Leeds. Darts this year, Eddie. Yes, Ben, we'll see you at Alexandra Palace. Eddie looks no older than 30. Yes, Jay Oakley. Had a shave last night, actually, that's why. Meat pie or sausage roll? I'd be mad. Like pie and mash, yes, but... Are we going food now, are we? Favourite Walker's crisps? Salt and vinegar, probably. I don't mind a Worcestershire sauce. Eddie makes out Joshua v Wilder is the biggest fight out there. Is it coming home? We hope so. Domino's or Papa John's? Oh, Papa John's. Drink of choice. I don't drink really. Athlete. Bridges by stoppage points. This is a great fight next week. Ebony Bridges against Shannon O'Connell. Two Australians who really don't like each other. IBF world title in Leeds. I'm going Ebony Bridges by stoppage. What did I think of Adam Azim? Good fighter, needs to step up. Still slimming down, keep it up. Yeah, I'm on it, mate. Chinese or Indian? I feel like you have to be in a specific mood for a Chinese, in all honesty. Like Indian, solid, every day. Like, well, not every day, well, actually, yeah. But Chinese is just that. And I just feel, I don't feel the best after a Chinese. Chinese! Joshua announcement in the next couple of weeks? Yes, 100% AJ announcement before Christmas. Funny question, how often do you go to the barbers? I've no idea. Haircut once every 4 to 6 weeks. Beard trim, I like. If I can get a beard trim every week, every other week, nice. Pat McCormack looks like... Pat McCormack, I mean, I was disappointed on Saturday with the opponent who just ran and ran and ran, but Pat McCormack is a quality fighter. Gavin and Stacey or Royal Family? I'm going to tell you, I haven't really watched a lot of Royal Family, but Gavin and Stacey, one of my favourite shows. What next for Bosch? Johnny Fisher will be out early next year, looking to be very active next year. Where's the Jumpman gear? You know I love Jordan gear. I know I'm 43 and I know I shouldn't wear Jumpman, but I do love it. Do I think someone like Otto Warling would be a good comeback fight for AJ? Yeah, I do actually. I think Otto Warling's a good fighter. He's definitely in a mix. Favourite car you've driven? Pat McCormack can't be called that in this stage of his career. What, one of the best prospects in world boxing? Yes, he can. Look at his amateur pedigree, he's an outstanding fighter. Charlo v Bibbo. No, I saw that. Not really. Not really. Thank you, violent gentlemen. Ooh, Eddie, who wins in a scrap, Parsons or Umar? Love that. Coldplay or Oasis? Coldplay. Will Whyte be a different fighter against AJ? Good question. And yes is the answer. Will Sandy Ryan or Ebony Bridges or Sky Nicholson be on the undercard of Joe Caldina? Possibly. Obviously, Ebony fights next week. Sandy Ryan just fought, great performance. Sky Nicholson's out early next year. And Joe Caldina's fight is going to be March, it looks like. We're just finalising that date now. Risk Wardley against Dave Allen. I think Dave Allen's a good fight for the British side. I'd like to see him just stay active and hopefully get fit, and then we could look at Wardley v Allen. I think that's a good fight. Beer in Cirencester over Christmas, Parsons? No, probably not, mate. Eddie, why are you avoiding the tie and booth questions? I genuinely haven't seen any. What's the question? Do you think Gorman had it in the second round? I've got to be honest with you, I thought Gorman started so well. And that was one of the most impressive things about Fabio Wardley, the way he just bit down his gum shield and just took it to Gorman. It was a great performance. You can't beat boxing. I agree. Get Franklin another big fight. I would love to get Franklin another big fight. I think he's a great fighter. Thoughts on Fury v Chisora pay-per-view price? I get it. Look, these guys want a lot of money to fight. And, you've got to get there somewhere. Yes, Caldina will be in Wales. Coffee or hot chocolate? Coffee all day long. Smith or Bivol? I think Callum Smith against Dimitri Bivol is a great fight. Right, people, I'm going to get back to work. Thank you for your support as always. Have a great week. Stay consistent, stay focused. Don't forget this Saturday live on DAZN from Phoenix, Arizona, the trilogy. Chocolatito v Estrada, huge card. And next week you need to be in Leeds for Warrington, Lopez, Bridges, O'Connell. Righty, what's happening, mate? You fancy it? There you go. Mark Wright wants to get in the ring. Mark, you can't tell people that you can fight a little bit. I think if you go into this celebrity boxing, you've got to pretend you're useless. Anyway, stay well, people. Look after yourselves. Stay out.